So, you've deadnamed or misgendered someone. This is an embarrassing and awkward moment, I'm sure, but it happens to the best of us. I'm glad to be the person to tell you that this conversational blunder isn't something that has to soil the rest of your encounter with someone. In fact, recovery from this slip-up is even easier than you might have thought. To put it simply, misgendering is when you use the incorrect pronouns for someone you're referring to. This could be saying he instead of she instead of they instead of he, or so on. Deadnaming is when you use a name that is considered dead or no longer in use, instead of the name that someone currently goes by. In order to amend the situation, let me teach you a little trick of mine. A phrase to think of at any time the wrong name or pronouns come up. Just say, "Oh, F.A.C.T." You might be laughing or saying, "How will F.A.C.T help me? It's just a goofy little word." Oh, on the contrary, it's actually hiding a secretly powerful acronym, as each of the 3 letters here will provide you with the ultimate strategy for name and pronoun rectification. So let's stop wasting time and dive right in. We start here with F, meaning fast. Conversation is often a quickly flowing river, full of interesting things, but it's easy to get swept away and lose track of things. Fast means we are going to handle the situation immediately as it happens, not a while into the conversation or even after the conversation is over. As soon as it happens, we are going to address it and move on, not dwelling on the issue and having it override our once fun conversation. This segues right into our next letter, A, standing for accountability. Like I said, making the conversation all about our mistake is going to be a bummer, so remembering accountability is crucial. What I mean by accountability is taking responsibility for misgendering or deadnaming someone. It was an accident that you happened to make, as learning a new name and pronouns for someone that you've known for months or years can take time, but practice makes perfect. Acknowledging your mistake is the first step in correcting yourself, so don't be hard on yourself, but be persistent in your work to practice the new name and pronouns. A for accountability also ties back into F for fast, as we don't actually need to bring up or even talk our way through why this mistake happened. Accountability especially means not pushing blame on the other factors or the person we just deadnamed or misgendered. Simply apologizing and internally understanding your mistake is the key to accountability. Finally, we arrive at C, which stands for correct. If you walk away with one part of F.A.C.T, this one might be the most important of all. Correct, as I'm sure you can guess, means correcting yourself. Said the wrong name? Now's the time to use the right one. Have the wrong pronouns come out? Go on, use the right ones. Always after using the wrong name or pronouns, use the right ones and keep trying to do that, even if the person you deadname or misgendered isn't around. Teaching other people the right name and pronouns by correcting yourself is an important step in practicing being savvy and always using the right name and pronouns. If you mess up, just come back to F.A.C.T. So, you might be wondering now, hey, how am I actually supposed to use F.A.C.T in a conversation? I'm not going to carry around notes on this video. Well, you won't have to, as long as you remember the letters F-A-C. I'll even show you how it's done. Here I'm going to be talking about Jane, a trans woman who uses she/her pronouns. I'll show you how I correct myself using F.A.C.T for her name. First, let me show you what a conversation not using F.A.C.T could look like. Oh, you're having trouble picking a new color to paint the walls? I know someone who has a great sense of color who'd love to help. I can give you John's number for some advice. Did I say John? Well, it's Jane now, I guess. It's just hard for me to keep up with. I've known John for 5 years as John? But Jane, I've only known that name for 5 months. With everyone else slipping up and using John too, it's just so hard for me to keep these names straight. You can't expect me to be perfect. Whew. Well, it's pretty quickly noticeable how unenjoyable that conversation became. I completely derailed what we were talking about and went on a tangent about Jane's transition, pointing out reasons for my mistake instead of taking accountability for my slip-up. I kept going on and on about all of the reasons why remembering her name is hard, which takes away from the correction of her dead name. It gets totally overlooked in my list of complaints. Let's put F.A.C.T to the test to fix this. I really like the color you all decided on for the wall. That forest green goes great with the chairs. What did I tell you? Jane really knows her colors. Whoa, that was fast. Let me break it down. As soon as I mentioned her dead name, I stopped what I was talking about, apologized quickly, and used Jane's correct name, afterwards going right back to what I was talking about. That's the F.A.C.T way. A lot better than before, right? Let me show you how we can use it for pronouns too. For this example, we will be talking about Jax, a non-binary person who uses they, them pronouns. Let's see a model not using F.A.C.T at first. No way! I had no idea you bought the game too. My friend Jax is in love with the series. She just beat the whole thing in one night. She is such a great gamer. Oh, she goes by they now? Well, she didn't tell me, so how was I supposed to know? How am I even supposed to call someone a they? That's pretty bad. I kept using the wrong pronouns even after being corrected, and I started calling into question the validity of their pronouns instead of taking accountability. I wasn't fast or accountable, and I certainly didn't correct myself at all. Now, it's F.A.C.T time. The water level looks super hard when I watch Jax play it. I know she complained a lot on the river puzzle. Oh, Jax uses they pronouns? Thanks for letting me know. So I'm surprised they didn't use a tutorial. They just kept trying until they got it. That's better. Once I was corrected, I politely thanked them for letting me know and went right back to the conversation, using the correct pronouns for Jax. After these examples, it's easy to see how F.A.C.T helps keep the flow of a conversation while still making sure to handle the situation. In the end, being fast, accountable, and correct anytime you use the wrong names or pronouns with your cis and trans friends will help you quickly become a F.A.C.T connoisseur. A super good way to practice is helping correct and teach F.A.C.T to others if they deadname or misgender someone. You could possibly send them this video as extra help.